Thank you for tuning in to another week of CWHipHop's Live Podcast. I'm your host, DJ bvnc, aka Bang. Co-host here, I got Garke and
Yo,
Prizm.
what's up?
We also have our special guest this week. We have TeawhYB in the building.
What it do, baby?
That's my go-to. Awkward pause.
Yes, you can follow us on our IGTVs. TeawhYB is going live. We also have ours on CWHipHop.
Yes, sir.
You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at CWHipHop.
CWHipHop.
Follow me at bvnc9to5 on Facebook and Instagram. Garke, where can the listener find you at?
You guys can find me on Instagram at GarkeGains, GarkeGainz, and pretty much any other platform at just Garke. TeawhYB, where can the listener find you?
TeawhYB.com. That's T-E-A, like tea that you drink, W-H-Y, like the question, and B, through every action, who has your back, TeawhYB.com, or on all social platforms. You know what it is.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
And then Prizm, real quick, where can the listener find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at prizmrap, P-R-I-Z-M-R-A-B.
Perfect. We're going to have a lot of questions for TeawhYB here. But first, we do have some new music coming out of the Wisconsin hip-hop scene, so I want to go over that. We do have two new artists on the CWHipHop radio station as well. We have Conclusion to God, and then we also have Lil Nexus, both out of Milwaukee, so you can go listen to their music and find links to all their stuff on CWHipHop.com/artists. We also have C3 the Prince. He has his song Who Wants Smoke remix that is out December 9th. TeawhYB, we played this Down Bad. That is an exclusive song that is played at the end of our live DJ, but that is coming out December 7th. We also have Marcus Porter with his song Glow coming out December 7th as well. Blackheart Monte has his song Take Off the Cape that is out right now. Azile has Going Under, another song out right now. Ham has his song The Way Up. You can listen to that right now on
An album, I'm pretty sure, by the way.
He also has an album. We were trying to look for it, but it's not on our socials. Unless I didn't see it.
I mean, he sent it to us in a message, but either way, that's fine.
Yes.
He does have an album out on SoundCloud and on Spotify at Aaron Hammock.
Yes, go check him out there. We also have I Love You Truly with his song Young Forever out December 5th.
Banger.
And then Vinny
Big
Sincata
banger.
with his song
Yeah.
New Life that is out right now as well. You guys have listened to the new I Love You Truly?
We have it in our, or at least I have the file, yeah.
Okay, you have the file?
I have the file.
I don't think I have it.
I think it's in the CWHipHop one.
Okay, I don't have it
I
added
think that's
yet, but
it's Death Row's email.
I'm not going to cap like I heard it. Well, unless if you put it
I
on
heard the
Loom.
whole thing.
If you put it on Loom, then I've definitely heard it. But
I don't think. Did he?
I just know it's a banger. I already know.
Did he? He
Doesn't
might
even
have.
have to.
Yeah, he
really
might have
would've.
like pre-released it on Loom. I don't see why he wouldn't.
yeah.
It is a good song, though.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
check
what's
out
up,
all
What
those songs. They are out
Sweet.
now. If you want to find links to their socials so you can stay up to date on the music coming out of the Wisconsin hip hop scene, links are on CWHipHop.com/artists, right underneath the artist name. Link to the songs as well, whether it's on Spotify or SoundCloud or YouTube, wherever it's linked to. We have it right there. We favor Spotify so you can add it right into your playlist, and it gives direct support right to them. It's via monetary, and then getting them into the algorithm as well.
Dang, how convenient.
Yes,
They're
it
all
is.
in one place. All these artists. You don't have to go look anywhere. All you gotta type is
If you wanna-
CWHipHop in your phone.
One place.
If you
It's right
want to
there
find
on
every song
Spotify.
that's on Spotify and CWHipHop, we have a playlist for you. It's just
It's a
CWHipHop. It's 8 hours. I don't know how many artists we have on there, but it's a lot. And we gotta
Definitely
add
8
some.
hours
We gotta
or
add.
over.
Yeah, it's definitely over 8 hours, but we got more to add, so it's gonna be over that.
Yes.
Over 9 soon.
100%.
Yes, always growing. So go check that out. You support the artist directly. They get paid per stream. Not
Throw
a
that
lot,
shit-
but they get paid per stream.
Yeah. Throw that shit on shuffle. Honestly, like you will find something you like. Guarantee it.
Mhm.
Guarantee it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, do you want to get
Wanna
right into
it?
the
Yeah.
interview?
We
You want
can
to
get
start
right
off
into
here?
this shit. Yes, sir. All right.
Let's go.
First things first, man. Welcome to the studio.
Hey, thank you.
We
Appreciate
appreciate you
that.
for coming out.
Appreciate you.
We've been really excited. We've been eagerly awaiting this this interview. That is for sure.
Yeah,
Me
it's one I was
too.
looking
Me
forward
too.
to
I've
all
been
year.
waiting to come see the homies for
Dude.
sure.
And I'm glad that I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad that we're not in the box that we used to be in.
Yeah.
It was
Pull out the coupe with the lot.
hold on, fuck 12, fuck SWAT. But yeah, I'm glad that we made it out of there. We got a little more of a comfortable, bigger space. It's definitely nicer in my opinion.
Well, great.
But you made this trip all the way from Eau Claire, right?
I did.
How
Yeah.
was the drive?
It was pleasant. I listened to sports talk radio the whole time.
You did?
Yeah.
That's what you listen to when you drive. You listen
Yeah,
to
usually,
sports talk.
especially like long trips. But if it's like a short trip, then
Okay.
I'll do like music and stuff.
What's
Depends.
what's your favorite sports to listen to?
I like ESPN. I like Stephen A. Smith. He's my favorite. He's
Okay.
the most entertaining
Okay.
dude out there. So I had, or like the Wisconsin sports radio because I like hearing about
Okay.
the Packers and
I
the
got you.
Badgers and
He's keeping it local.
and the Bucks.
In the Bucks. Everybody likes those Bucks. Bucks and 6.
Yes.
I don't even know what that means. So
I just heard it on.
I say that every single.
In 6 games, they won the playoffs. That's what it means.
Hey, somebody finally told me what it means. Thank you.
I can't believe they let you go this far.
Maybe they thought I was joking. I don't know.
They probably. I hope they thought that.
I don't give a shit. How was your Thanksgiving though? Did you spend time with your family?
Oh, so good. Yeah, did the whole fam bam thing. Ate way too much food. Slept a lot, but it was like here, there, all the place. But a couple of weeks back, we had a Friendsgiving.
Oh.
And that was where it's popping because we got to make all the food that we like and just like kick it and party the whole day. And it was super beautiful out that day too. Like it's November. Well, it was November, and usually it's like snowing and all this stuff. And it was actually really nice out. We played bags outside, had a little bonfire.
Global warming.
It was super cool. Yeah, exactly.
We got our November
That sounds
back.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty nice.
So how are you feeling coming into this interview? Are you?
I'm ready for the questions. I feel like we're kind of easing into it. You're like, oh,
I was ready to ask him about what's your favorite food on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Oh, favorite food on
quick one.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
mac and cheese. Mac and cheese.
Homemade mac and cheese.
Homemade mac and cheese.
Aye,
If it's
aye,
Kraft, I'm throwing it in the garbage.
Dude, exactly.
See, I'm telling you.
Especially, well, I
There's
mean,
something about the
if
smell
just
there.
regular, like not Thanksgiving, we can do Kraft. But if it's
Oh,
Thanksgiving,
no,
bring the good
Thanksgiving has
stuff.
to be-
I
Exactly.
know,
no,
man,
yeah.
I'm out on this.
What about you? What about BVNC Prizm? What are your guys' answers for favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, my favorite food. I'm gonna go with probably cheesy potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, like a good home one, like.
Yeah.
not-
But
none of the
mashed
box.
or like chunky?
Like
That's a question right there.
Like what I'm thinking, maybe they're called something else, but like the sliced potato. and the
Scalloped?
Baby scalloped potato.
like a baked potato?
Oh,
Not
No,
a baked
scalloped
potato.
potatoes.
not cubed?
Not cubed. No.
Not cubed?
No,
Not
sliced.
cubed.
Sliced.
I like my potatoes cubed.
See, and I'm gonna go with mashed potatoes.
Mashed
Mashed
potatoes are
potatoes
good.
just
Mhm.
always slap.
Mashed potatoes do slap. In
I'm
the
gonna-
comments, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
I'm gonna have to go with either green bean casserole, but only if my mom makes it because she knows that I don't like the soggy green beans, so she uses fresh ones.
Yep.
So they're not
That's
soggy.
the key.
And it's just fantastic. But
That's
otherwise,
the key.
pumpkin pie.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
gotta
for
have
sure my
whipped cream,
favorite.
but yeah, pumpkin pie.
Oh,
I can't-
ice
tons
cream.
of whipped
Gotta have
cream.
ice cream.
Tons. Yo, Ace Wild, welcome, dude. Yo, welcome TG.
Let us know in
Welcome,
the
official
Instagram chat
vibe.
what your favorite Thanksgiving food is.
Hell yeah. What's going on, Kim? How's it going? Cranberries for Kim, actually.
Cranberries?
Kim likes cranberries.
Is it shaped like a can?
Is a shit.
So you kind of got a meaning behind the TeawhYB name. How did you come up with that? I guess, and what is it? You said it in the beginning, Bart, but what does TeawhYB stand for?
Yeah, so it's an acronym. It stands for Through Every Action, Who Has Your Back? And it's kind of like a nod to this motto that I live by, that you got to keep the ones close to you that celebrate the victories and they're around for the good times and stuff like that. And then, but you also got to be conscious of the ones who keep it real with you. So like, I think a lot of times, a lot of people just like to be yes people, especially with their friends. Oh yeah, bro, that song's hot. Yeah, like whatever. But you gotta respect the ones that'll keep it real with you and give you constructive criticism, tell you when you're doing wrong, telling you when you're not being your best self and everything like that. So that's kind of what it means. But everybody called me TY growing up. So like when I was going to like house parties and freestyling and stuff like that, people just call me TY. So then I put the B after it, just kind of make it my own because there's like TI, so I wanted to be something different, like TYB.
Yo,
So.
Ace Wild's green bean casserole gang. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Jello pineapple. Okay. And then anything seasoned without raisins. That's a good call, but it's got to be seasoned.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Fair.
So I think somewhat going back to that question, I think that's like the best one. Like we normally ask every artist that question, of course. I think that's like the best one for you, just because you have such a big meaning behind it and you like really stand by it. Just for an example, considering he's in the chat right now, Ace Wild's name. When we had his interview, he came up with a name generator. He went online.
Oh,
and came
that's
up
what's
with
up.
a name generator. So like, not saying that it doesn't mean anything. I'm not saying that, Ace.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
I think it just makes more sense to ask when it's like an acronym like that, just because people need to know.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you remember listening to, like growing up? What was your favorite genre?
Oh gosh. So my dad put me on the classic rock tip, so like 60s, 70s, 80s, that kind of thing. And then I really enjoy like 90s R&B, and like 90s is like my aesthetic. I don't know. It's just like I just gravitate towards that look and that sound and that time, like the mall chic kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I don't know, I
got
just
you.
love that. You know, the bright lights and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, I listen to everything though. Like I was just saying before, like my favorite album of all time is Casey Musgraves. You know, so like I listen to everything and I appreciate all different types of music. But classic rock, you know, I had the Backstreet Boys, the NSYNCs, everything. I don't know. I never tried to limit myself. The only thing I don't listen to too much of is like heavy metal, like scream stuff, just because I like to feel good when I listen to music. And it just doesn't like put me on that level.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes
it's
sense.
kind of a rage genre. Like
Yeah, it's like
you're
it's
pissed
like a
off or-
confident like like I'm doing something, like you're going to do something and getting mad about it kind of thing.
Yeah, getting like overly hyped.
Down with the sickness.
Oh my god, hey, don't hate on this.
I'm not hating.
Don't hate on
I'm
this
not hating.
third
Almost
now,
hit it.
bro.
Almost.
First Logic, now Disturbed. Come on, dude.
Oh.
I know, bro.
Careful, we got a long interview.
Yeah, we got a long interview. You dabble in quite a few genres of music. What genre would you consider your favorite to create?
I think just generally pop music. I like creating something that I could hear on the radio, that like my nieces and nephews could listen to, as well as like like my friends and things like that. So I try to hit every lane at least on one song. But I like pop music just because you can do so much with it, and you can hit so many avenues. And I try not to like define the genres as much, and I just try to create based on what I'm feeling. But
Of course, like you're very versatile in it. You show that on your
Verse.
Instagram with like, you show that on your Instagram with a bunch of reels all the time. And you do a bunch of different genres. I've seen you do like country rap, right? You've done like a country rap song or something. It was over a country beat.
I did
Or-
a country
or was it
parody
just
once.
a parody. Okay.
It was like another cold night, crack another beer. Been so long since I seen you here. And then, but it was like, my dear, I just made the news.
That's what I'm talking about. That shit's funny.
That's a funny parody.
But like
yeah,
Supernova is kind of like a country-ish pop song. Like a lot of people tell me it's not country, but it sounds country
I
to
could
me.
see that being the
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
It definitely does sound a little bit. It could sound a little bit country.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like Cabin could maybe fall into that line. It was actually on the a country radio station, the Apple Music country radio station, Pride Radio.
Was that just today, right? I think I saw on your. Or was there another radio station?
It's still on there right now.
Today on your Snapchat
Oh,
story, I saw
on that
you-
one? Yeah,
there was
yeah.
a radio station playing it.
Yeah, Converge Radio was. I sent them
Oh,
down
yeah.
bad, and like an hour later they put it on the radio. I was like,
Nice.
oh shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just try not to limit myself to anything. So I've been trying to expand my singing into my range and just find out what works best.
And you got that range, so it's good that you're experimenting with
Yeah,
it.
we're
For sure.
trying.
Yeah. Now with the kind of versatile of all your music, do you have like a top 5? Does that kind of also show that? Like, do you have a wide range of your top 5 artists, or is it kind of all in one
Of all
section?
time.
And,
Top 5 of all time.
All
Oh my
time. Yeah. Like, do you have a lot of influence from
How
some
do you
people?
How do you even like start?
I
We
can
can give
do
you
it.
top
I
6
could
if
do
you
it.
need one more.
Top 6.
I know everybody hates this question,
It is
but
rough.
I like this question.
Just off the top, like if you're just quick lightning round.
Just like the first ones you think of.
Yeah.
just
Okay.
go
Frank
for it.
Ocean, forever, always number one. Frank
Okay.
Ocean is the GOAT. Casey Musgraves up there. I know I've mentioned her plenty of times. Gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm really into Dejan right now. He's a R&B artist. I don't know if I'd put him top 5, but like
He's there now.
Kanye,
Okay.
Drake.
Okay.
Uh,
Pick another one for the other guy. Let's do one other.
yeah. Oh my god, it's so hard. I can't think. TLC.
Boom.
Okay.
I don't know if that's top 5 for
I
me,
used to watch
but
TLC.
I had to
back in the
represent
day.
like the 90s.
Even if that's current, just who you're listening to top. I mean, that's still
Yeah.
good.
Either way, good lightning.
We'll
round.
allow it. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it.
We'll allow it.
Exactly.
No wrong answer.
So what kind of passions do you have that outside of music?
Do I have any?
Oh shit! Actually, maybe I should have worded
Yeah.
that differently. My
No,
bad.
I think I'm always like a student of life, I guess. Like I'm always trying to like learn new things and stuff like that, even if I don't master it. I've been trying to work on like controlling my emotions with like a little bit of meditation and stuff like that. I don't know if that's like a
meditate.
passion, but I definitely think I have a passion for like content creating and like networking.
Of course.
So I guess but that kind of falls in line with music, I guess. So.
I mean, I guess it can be its own separate thing at the same time, though. You know, just like if you mix your own music. Have you ever seen that meme where it's, you mix your own music, you do your own marketing, shit, and it's just like a bunch of people standing around. It's all the same person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. And to my knowledge, the first song you ever posted is called "Summer Nights" featuring Alan Echo on SoundCloud 7 years ago. What inspired the song, and your drive to make music back then? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. So it actually. It's not the oldest song, but it's the oldest. So there's an older one out right now. It's called Zombie, and it's only on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't look hard enough. Damn.
Not a deep enough dive.
But yeah, no, but okay. So just sticking to the question, Summer Nights. It was actually when I was in college, I was doing music and I was like touring and stuff like that. And but then after college, I was just kind of like had imposter syndrome, and I was just like, it's not working out. And my producer at the time was just, he was moving, he was doing different things. And then, so Summer Nights was actually like my last song that I was gonna do with Alan Echo. And,
how wrong you were.
Yeah, and so I like stopped doing music for like 3-4 years.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that coming up as well. I definitely noticed the break, especially on your SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I could tell. But
did you have any like specific goals or like any expectations when you started making music? Was it kind of just a release, or
so run us through the whole zombie thing too as well, as just
new information here?
Exactly.
Yeah,
this
is like a deep dive because Zombie is like Zombie is like a super exclusive. It's also very like old me. I had like a Abraham Lincoln beard going on in the video, and it's just so it was just like partying and having fun. It was very like college hip hop, and me and my guy Locke, we had a group called TeawhYB, and we were Talented Young Bastards. So I already had my rap name, and then we kind of did a duo for a little bit. So that's why it's probably a little harder to find on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It was just a weird time for me. Like I was going through a lot with like my personal identity and stuff in college, and so I just kind of like threw all that away and just kind of focused on making music and just partying and making bad decisions, I guess. But so I feel like once I was done with that and I kind of came back with a clear mind and a clear head as far as like what I want to represent and what I want my music to sound like and be like, and I had complete control over that, and I wasn't hiding behind anything or a facade or trying to be anything else. I was literally just me being my authentic self, presenting that to the world and thinking that I had something to say and thinking that people would resonate with it. And it was the best decision I've ever made because it's 100% true. Like, I think people can see behind that. I think people can tell when you're being authentic and when you're trying too hard or when you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. And I think people resonate with just being yourself. And even though you might look at it and be like, oh, that's not really that interesting, there's people that are going to find that interesting. It's going to build the momentum. It's going to build your confidence. It's, just kind of have a ripple effect.
Yeah, I definitely believe in like aura.
Yeah.
Like you give off that energy, you give off that aura, and it's like you can tell when it's authentic or not.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So what did your kind of first setup look like? Your equipment, your DAW, mic, your DAW.
He's still learning.
I'm the newest one.
Yeah, he's the recruiter. You're fired.
Dang, got fired on the spot.
Alright, finish your question.
Yeah, so what did your kind of first equipment look like? Like, where were you, and like, kind of give us a vision of where it was.
So like way back, or
way back? Yeah.
Your first time ever. What was the first setup you ever worked on? I used to be on one of those fucking
Windows Media Player. We had Windows Media Player with a computer mic in a closet, and there was like naked women out, like they had like poster, Playboys and stuff posted all up in there. We were my boy Locke's mom's. Yeah, well, it didn't work for me, but no, my boy Locke's house. That was like the party spot, and so we had a little studio. He had Fruit Loops. He was making beats. He was cool with it too. But.
All right.
And then we started like building studios and basements and stuff like that. And then now I have the same setup. I just have a Mac laptop. I have GarageBand.
You use GarageBand?
I use GarageBand, and I record at home.
Do you mix on GarageBand?
I do my like pre-mixes on there, and then I send it off to an engineer.
Okay.
Damn.
Do you? That's insane. Whenever somebody tells me they make music with GarageBand, I'm like, huh?
You'd be surprised, like the pitch
really?
correction on GarageBand, the version I have, is like incredible.
Yeah?
It's incredible. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Alright, that's good to know, I
Have you
guess.
used other ones other than Windows Media Player?
Yeah.
Windows Media Player. He's talking about GarageBand.
I know, but I'm saying like,
Okay,
have
like,
you,
for
have
back
you
in the day.
other than GarageBand?
Oh
like,
yeah,
have you
Pro
used other-
Tools, Logic. Like I had a brand of Pro Tools a while back, and then but like I've been in plenty of different studios that they use Logic and Pro Tools and stuff like that.
Of course.
Okay.
Pro Tools is kind of like the standard.
I'm sure it changes like every studio you go to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it, especially depending on the producer that's there.
But honestly, I record at home a lot. I like recording. I like being on my own time. I like, just kind of vibing out and getting in the mood. Don't get me wrong, I love being around people and stuff like that, but I don't like feeling like I'm wasting somebody's time, because I'll do take after take after take after take, so I just like to...
Perfectionist. Hate that. Sometimes that's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Especially when you know when to stop, like when you know when you did a good one.
Yeah.
Because if you keep going... Oh, man. That brings me to a story about Kanye. Big Sean talked about hating Kanye West, working with him. Because he'd make him do 10 takes each day of the same thing or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So after Summer Nights, it looks like you took a 4-year break. And you confirmed
exactly
that is right.
That's exactly right.
And then after that break, you came back with 7 new tracks on your SoundCloud and posted 3 of those, Never Again, Bet, and Dance All Night on Spotify. And those are your first 3 tracks on Spotify.
Yeah.
What made these 3 specific songs make it to Spotify over the other 4? And the other 4 are Take You There, Lloyd, Shutdown, and Ghosted.
Yeah, okay, so there's kind of a big story with that
Okay.
I've never really talked about.
CWHipHop exclusive.
Seriously, yeah.
Let's go.
There was a producer. So one of the reasons why I kind of got back into music is a producer that I was working with in Green Bay. His name is Tripset Beats. Was like, yo, you got to get back into music, bro. And he started sending me beats, and I'm like, cool, this is great. So we made Take You There was actually the first song that I made coming back. So that he produced that one. And then we did like 7 or 8 other tracks throughout the course of a year or so. And he just kind of faded. So we had like agreements, and I have text messages that say this and all this stuff. And he was just kind of like, oh, I need you to pay me $350 for each beat now. I don't want you associating with me unless if it's about money and blah, blah, blah. So he kind of went from like, oh, we're going to do this together to like, oh, you know what, I'm going to hit you with a copyright strike on all these songs that we did together. So after I paid for all the mixing and mastering and the engineering, brought him to shows, put him on stage, did different things. Not to say that he didn't have his own thing going on, but he kind of hit me with the okie dokie, I'm going to go behind your back, hit you with a copyright strike.
Bamboozle.
Instead of just having a conversation about it. So then he did Dance All Night, and the reason I wanted to keep that one and Bet, because I liked those songs, so I ended
Somebody
up...
must be playing TeawhYB.
Exactly. Simon's going on. So, just bad blood there. So I just bought those beats off of him and called it a day, and then scrapped a whole album that we had together. And then some of the other ones like Lloyd and Ghost that you were mentioning, I removed them because I didn't feel like that's the song that I wanted people to first play. Like if you go on Apple Music or Spotify, I want it to be one of the songs that are more current. So I've been removing some of the older stuff just because of that, I guess.
I understand. And talking a little bit about Ghosted, it's an electronic instrumental with some like reversed vocals at the start. And I was wondering what made you decide not to make it into a song, and did those reverse vocals say anything or mean anything?
Ooh, yes, deep cut. Okay, so
I'm a producer. I heard that shit.
I know.
Bro.
So
I heard that shit.
So I also worked with a producer, Jack's Wasted. He's my boy.
I saw a lot of produced by Jack. Yeah, I saw that on your shit.
He's great. So we grew up together. He went to high school, middle school with me and stuff. But we didn't know each other until after high school. Really, we didn't really like connect like that. But he was like, yeah, make some beats. So he did the song called Lloyd.
Okay.
And then what he did is he flipped that song. So he took my vocals from it and then put it to that Ghost beat.
Yeah.
And then did all those effects with it. So it's actually the song Lloyd, and that's what's mixed in with that track.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we
Yeah.
got more exclusives, guys. CW Hip Hop's the place if you guys
Oh.
if you guys want it.
And we have an EDM cabin remix.
Really?
You do?
So if you really want like exclusive, I'm gonna talk about the EDM.
That's interesting. Tell us about it. Go for it, Matt.
So-
If there's a story about it, give it to me.
So a producer out of Chicago, his name is Traffic Willis, and he does like EDM music, but he also does like a lot of like British grime hip hop
Okay.
collabs and stuff like that. But we have a couple songs together, and he remixed All Gas No Brakes into like a house like EDM one, but then he did it to Cabin, and he just sent it to me like a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as
Okay.
Cabin hit 1 million, he sent it to me, and it was
Maybe
like,
we
all
should
right,
get
bro.
that exclusive. Can you
Ah,
send it?
yeah, I could.
We could put that in at some
put that
point,
in.
like switch it up for every once in a while with the cabin.
We could put it in like a block and make it like more an exclusive song. So you gotta like really listen.
You gotta
to
really
hear
listen to hear it. Exactly.
Until it comes
exactly.
out.
Facts.
So you're kind of
Okay.
talking about
Okay.
your first songs on like Apple Music when they go there. You want to hear something more current, and it looks like your first song was "Never Again" featuring CWHYD.
Yeah.
So what's kind of the story of that track, and what inspired it to be like your first one that you wanted?
No, maybe not.
No, we just kind of mentioned that like,
Okay.
he had his more recent ones that being the first ones when you go onto there.
Yeah. So that was the second song that I released when I like started getting back into music, and I wanted to collab with CWHYD because he is a huge inspiration to me. He's also a really good friend. I'm wearing his hat right now. He's got a Struck clothing brand. I rep that. We're both from we both live in Green Bay, grew up in Green Bay. I got mad respect for him, so it was kind of a big deal for me to like, oh, bro, we should do a song together. So that's kind of
Alright.
the story behind it. The
Okay.
song, there's no like real meaning to it. You know, it's just kind of like a rap song.
Well, I mean, I guess that was the story that I was looking for, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because I mean, I was just.
It's kind of how that came
I just
together.
want to know like the value of it, since it was the first one you ever put out. So
Yeah.
clearly it held some sort of value to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Bet is the first song in your past discography
Mhm.
that I think sounds like the current you. Is that when you found your sound?
I think so. Like that chorus on that one,
Yes.
on all bets placed on me. Like I just feel like I really tried to sing more on that and kind of disguised it with a lot of autotune and stuff. But it's a very clubby dance hype track,
Yes.
and I feel like that's kind of where I started carving out my sound a little bit. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you found it, because I mean, you've been holding on to that, and it's been working really well.
It
It's
works
been
well
working very
for you.
well. And then you put out the banger "Dance All Night," which
Yes.
you love to perform alongside your Bob Ross dance.
Mhm.
Now you made the dance up, right? You
I did. I made up the Bob
Okay.
Ross dance. It is mine. I need to copyright it.
need to copyright
Even though
that shit.
I don't think you can copyright dances, but
There's
There's
a
actually
whole
no.
Fortnite
There's a
thing.
Fortnite thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
they got in a bunch of trouble for
yes.
stealing dances.
Actually,
So.
though. Actually,
Yeah, look into that. You
That's
might- you
weird.
might be
You
able
might
to.
get into
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Get some big Fortnite money.
but yeah,
Get the Bob Ross dancing Fortnite.
Yeah.
the Dance All Night, I just wanted something to play at shows, and I end every show with Dance All Night, and I teach people the Bob Ross dance. And yeah, it's just something I randomly came up with one day. We were in Minneapolis for like New Year's, and my friend Ashley from Seattle was in town, and we were just like fooling around. I was like, oh, it's the Bob Ross, and I was like painted. I was like, okay. I actually have a video of it the first time I ever did it, and it looks way different, and I kind of refined it. But I was just like, I want to make a song called the Bob Ross, and I want it to be a dance craze and blah blah blah. So like I never made a song, but Dance All Night's the closest thing right now.
But the Bob Ross song's probably coming, right?
It's probably in the
Alright,
works,
alright,
yeah.
After Dance All Night, you went on to release a project on SoundCloud titled Letters in Between. What inspired that, and why didn't this project see Spotify?
Yeah, so Letters in Between was my first EP,
Okay.
and it was on Spotify,
Yep.
and it was everywhere, but I took it down.
Okay.
Some of the mixing and stuff just didn't hold up, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just one of those projects that I put out, and I was happy with it, but just over time, it just didn't age well with me, so I took it off, but I left it on SoundCloud and stuff just because if people want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Leave some
I
record
mean,
of it or trail.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite songs from it were a rap, Hero, and the whole project was pretty nice. I enjoyed it, but a rap and Hero were pretty nice songs.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like a sleeper thing. Like a rap is just a freestyle. Well, I mean, like, you know, just like a straight song. There's no chorus or
Yeah.
anything like that. And then Hero is like a really experimental kind kind of vibe.
Okay.
My favorite song is Far Away, actually. 'Cause
Okay.
It's a little more towards the range of where I was wanting to go with my career as far as music goes. Less
Okay.
hip hop, less rap, and more kind of like moody pop, singy
R&B
stuff.
kind of?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I got you. Then in 2019, after your project Letter Was In Between, you dropped 5 other tracks on SoundCloud and Spotify: Hide and Seek, Linger, Cabin, Saturday, Swimming Trunks, Night, and Cold Nights.
Bam, 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 bam.
Any good good stories about any of those? I mean, I know Cabin. We got good stories about Cabin. We'll talk about that one in a little
Okay,
bit. Don't worry.
okay.
So any of the other ones, I definitely Linger. I like Linger a lot.
Yeah.
I also really like the cover art for Linger.
Yeah, same. I actually made that cover art too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was really proud of
Hey,
it.
there we go.
But yeah, Cold Nights is a really good track in my opinion. It's a really like more R&B based track, and I ended up meeting up with Dub Easy, who produced it, on Loom, the Loom
nice.
app, and I
Oh,
connected with him,
We
and
can talk about that later too.
and he sent me the beat, and I was like, cool, let me try something. And I like, it sounded more of like a rap song to me, and then I just started singing on it, and it was the first song that I really tried to do like an R&B song. So I really love it. It means a lot to me, and there's a lot of meaning within the song, and it kind of reminds me of like a December cold by the fireplace, you know, kind of vibe.
All right.
But Saturday, I feel like is a really hype track. It's really fun.
It's a fun
really,
song. Yeah, definitely.
And the cool part about that is I did a music video with North High School in Eau Claire,
Okay.
and got together with some of the students in the choir department and stuff like that, and we shot a video. It's out on YouTube, and then it got picked up by the news stations in Eau Claire.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Because so I was like, I'm wearing a dress in the video, and I'm walking down, strutting down the hallways and stuff with the lockers and stuff, and they're pushing me and, you know, throwing stuff at me and like bumping me over, and I'm just like not being a phase, you know, I'm just like having a great time. Yep, having a great time. And then towards the end of not spoiler alert, but at the end I run through a finish line and we all get together, and it's just kind of like the message behind it is keep going. There might be tough times. You might, you know, being bullied, or you might not like your time in high school or your job or something like that, but at the end of the day, as long as you stay true to yourself and you keep going, you know, get beyond that darkness, you know, people will gravitate towards you and find that energy, and it's like magnetic, you know.
100%.
And so what did they do when they picked it up on the news? They kind of, do you remember what the story was? Like,
yeah, just like, you know, local hip hop artists, connects with the North High School, has a good message, kind of like an anti-bullying campaign that we did.
Nice.
So yeah, it was
That's
cool.
That's awesome.
But the best part about it is, so I got the coolest part is one of the stations, I think it was WQOW, the weatherman, after they showed the clip, he was like dancing, and the two anchor women were like making fun of him, like, dude, nice dad dance moves, like whatever.
Nice.
And so I tweeted at him, I'm like, yo, how are you gonna let him do that to you, like? I was like, you should let me come on stage, or come on the show, or come on for the weather or whatever, and I'll do the Bob Ross dance. I'll show you all the Bob Ross dance. So I ended up it was like 5 a.m. I had to go down to this station.
Oh,
yeah.
You got me fucked up.
I got a clip of it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, we get it. We're gonna watch that.
So I showed them the Bob Ross dance, and then I went behind the green screen where they do the weather, and I was like, yeah.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
Oh, it's so funny.
Cool. That's so dope.
Yeah, so.
That's a cool little collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like something you don't normally see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So TeawhYB doing the weather coming
Facts.
soon. Yeah.
Now let's address the cabin in the room.
Okay.
Your track "Cabin" is by far your most played. Over 1 million streams now on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fuck. That's dope. That's dope as fuck. And to be honest, it's on my playlist pretty much daily.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
great.
I
love
play
that.
that song.
Love that.
Not only a great
So
vibe,
thanks for helping me
it's
get there.
extremely
Of course.
catchy. Yeah, duh. What inspired this song, and did you expect this type of traction from this song in particular? Because this, you know, it came out in a group of songs, so.
Yeah. I don't know that I expected it to be as popular as it is. When I was creating it, I was just so hyped about it, because I was like, I can't name a song that sounds like this. You know, like to me it's a really unique song, and I'm not saying that just because I created it, and then the meaning behind it comes from a real place. So like, you know, a lot of us have like cabins, or we have an up north thing, like that's just kind of what you do in Wisconsin or the Midwest. You have like a summer getaway place or whatever.
Definitely.
And so I have a huge family on my dad's side. He's got 11 brothers and sisters.
Oh,
so like,
damn.
we all get together up there. Some, you know,
Yeah,
like
big
not all of us, but like,
Yeah, right.
yeah. So there's like a bunch of cabins, and it's a very welcoming place. Like, you know, people of all walks of life are welcome. Like, we'll bring friends and guests, and everybody's, you know. So it's just kind of like a safe space. It's always been that for me, and so that's what I wanted to represent it through that song, and I think it resonates with a lot of people, and it's also like fun, summery, you know, on the boat, on the pontoon, you know, just whatever. So
And you did a music video for that one too,
we
right?
I didn't do a music video
I
yet.
thought I saw some. Okay.
We made like a promo video.
Maybe that's why I saw
Yeah,
like, people
it was
jumping
like
off the
you were,
dock.
yeah, you were jumping off the dock. You were
Oh
playing
yeah,
beanbags
that was
and
actually up
stuff.
north this past weekend. We do like
Oh.
a summer Olympics, like
Nice.
a beer Olympics,
Okay.
and so I just
Nice.
grabbed clips from there. And,
I think I saw that on your story.
Mhm.
Yeah, the beer Olympics. I
Yeah.
think I saw that. That's fucking fun. I remember those.
yeah, I shot
going
that
to
on my
those kind of
phone
things.
actually, right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Mhm.
So going into 2020 now, you came out with your EP, What We Were.
Yeah.
And then some great songs off of that project. I do enjoy quite a bit of these. But what kind of inspired that project? And then what is your favorite track off of that to make? We have Controller 2, Miss You, Restart, Sharpie, Cherry on Top.
Ooh, it's gonna be hard to pick a favorite, but I'll talk about it a little bit. So
Yeah.
What We Were was very much a project of thinking about like the past self, I guess. So it was a very introspective project for me, and really I wanted to create it about, and the whole project's chronological order is kind of like the stages of a relationship. So it starts off with Controller 2, and it's just kind of like talking about like dating apps and just how like insecure you can be through all that stuff. So Controller 2 is just talking about how you feel like you're the second best option.
Okay.
And then it goes into Miss You, where it's more of like, I, you know, as mad as I might be, I really still miss you, and I still think about those times and different things like that. And then Restart is kind of like the drunk hookup. It's very like
All right.
auto-tune heavy, and it's very heavy, and it's kind of like it's 1 a.m. I'm driving home, and then you text me and I'm coming over, you know, that kind of thing. So that's what Restart is, and just like waking up in the morning and feeling like you have to restart after that, you know, after a long night like that.
Yeah.
And then Sharpie is kind of the, all right, you know what, I'm over this. I'm so glad that you're a Sharpie and not a tattoo. You're not permanent. You know, I can wipe you
I was
off.
thinking like cross you out with a Sharpie. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right.
And then Cherry on Top is kind of like the happy ending. You know, it's like the
Hey,
optimistic.
I get that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's the optimistic viewpoint of like, you know what, I'm gonna be able to break through this. So.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
Hell
Yeah, I guess it would be hard to pick just one with
This
the way
man
you
has
laid that out.
meaning in everything he does. That's what's up.
I really do. Controller 2 is the one that started it all, so I would say that probably, and I sat on that for like a year
Okay.
while I was kind of creating this EP and putting it together. So I would have to say Controller 2 is probably like the special place in my heart, but Cherry on Top is so fun. You know, the remix with Troy Tyler and Drew Matt and stuff. So
And what started that? That's our next question.
Yeah.
Here. What started that? What's the reason they wanted to get a Cherry on Top?
I actually reached out to them.
Oh, okay.
Because they're two artists that I really enjoy, and we kind of like connected on the Loom app and stuff like that. And then I met up with Troy Tyler at a show, one of the first shows I did in Milwaukee at the Cactus Club. Him and DJ Snack Daddy were there. So I linked with them, and we did
I love
the,
these names,
he
man.
he's the DJ for Marquette basketball.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
He's
but,
probably got a personality.
you know, we
doesn't
did definitely.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
the Bob Ross, and they were
That's
going
what's
crazy.
up.
And so I was like,
That's
you know,
so
he's just
fucking
the
good.
homie, so I wanted to do a track with him, and it worked out really well. So.
It did. It was good.
And I know-
it was really good.
Listening through with Cherry on Top, I noticed this bar.
I love, dude. I
the
love
Wisconsin
the
and Mansion. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Where you
Wisconsin
reference
Mansion?
T-Pain's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't Believe It.
Mm-hmm.
I love that bar.
Yes, I
Bar's
noticed
amazing.
that first time listening. I was like, there's
Yes.
a T-Pain reference there.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
if you're from Wisconsin, everybody knows that T-Pain bar,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I just felt, like, obligated to include
Obligated.
that.
Facts.
So then, after releasing two more songs, Taking Up Space and Gin and Jealousy in 2020, you came into 2021 with literally all gas, no brakes,
Yep.
with your song All Gas, No Brakes. So how much fun was making that song, and what kind of gave you that motivation yet, that kind of bounce to it?
Yeah. Kenzie Beats, another dude that I connected with off of Loom, sent me the beat and I was just like in love with it because it gave me that 90s R&B vibe.
Yep.
With the sample in there and stuff. And so I don't remember how I came up with All Gas No Brakes. I think I just started saying like All Gas No Brakes, you know, and
Okay.
and that's how it came about.
Sometimes that's how it goes. Yeah. Like seriously.
I was listening to a lot of Roddy Ricch at the time.
Okay.
And so I think it was kind of inspired just by the way he flows a little bit, like the more melodic rap kind of thing. But yeah, that song is just so fun, and I really wanted to start off 2021 with that song, and I'm so glad I did. And it's All Gas No Brakes going forward.
All Gas No Brakes. That's big facts.
That's also one of my playlists. I play that.
Yes, all the time, dude.
All Gas No Brakes and Kevin.
Not too shabby.
So you also released 4 other tracks this year. 1 a.m. Cut Me a Check, Supernova, and is it Filas? Yes. So
Filas.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Like the shoe Fila.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
but
thought it was
Filas.
Fila,
Yeah.
I wear New
Okay.
Balance only, so.
Yeah, he's a dad. He wears New Balance.
New Balance dad shoes.
So of those 4 tracks, which one were you most excited to release? I guess Feel It. Is it Filas?
That's his most recent one.
Yeah, most recent one. There,
Feelers.
so.
That's the Jack with Jack Greenwood.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, wait. It was
1 a.m. Cut Me a Check, Supernova, and Feelers.
okay.
Doesn't even know his own discography.
It has to be so yeah, like right. I was like, wait, what time
Fake
period are we
artist.
talking about? Right. I'm a front. I'm an industry plant.
Right.
I would have to say I was so hyped about Supernova. Like
That's a good song, guys.
so
You did
hyped
promote
about
that
it.
quite a bit.
I really did.
You were
Yeah.
pushing that.
I just love the. I just love how different it is in terms of my discography, and I just love the song. I love the play on being like a cowboy, like the play on the horses and the kind of like Western vibe, and then just like what it's about just in general. Kind of mixing with that country type sound that I thought. So to me it was like a showcase of my singing ability a little bit, and kind of diving into that and exploring that a little bit more. And I'm just so happy because it opened up a lot of doors for me in terms of finding different influencers, and got us on the Apple Music Proud Radio. So that was my first Apple Music playlist placement, and I don't know, just like open doors. Like sometimes, if you release rap songs, you only have rap blogs and platforms to go through, but then if you do a country song, that opens up a whole different realm of possibilities, and I think it did that for me. On one hand, like Hunter Kelly was telling me, like, so like which lane are you gonna pick? Are you gonna be more country, or are you gonna go back to more hip-hop stuff? Yeah, which I'm not gonna do. And then and I was like, I don't really know, like this is the only song that I kind of have like that aside from Cabin. And he was like, just do what you gotta do, do what you want to do. So but it definitely had me tripping for a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, do I need to do the country lane now?
I don't know, man. Please don't. That's all I gotta ask.
So coming with your newest track that's going to be dropping, Down Bad, that's going to be dropping December 7th, which is coming up this Tuesday. Kind of talk about that song and what it means.
What
there.
inspired that?
Yeah.
What is that song all about? That's also with Jack Greenwood as well.
Yes, Jack Greenwood. We have a collab album coming out, so gotta give love to Jack Greenwood.
Oh yes.
So Down Bad, LQ the Banker sent me the beat, and I had it for a while. He produced Cherry on Top, and I had these lyrics for like 3 years. It was, there's a life form out there somewhere, it knows we are here. And so I just started thinking about like life's mysteries, and just kind of like, so then it leads on like, how do they know us,
Yeah, okay.
And are they living in fear, like just kind of thinking about like life's mysteries and questions, and then tying that into kind of like how mysterious like technology and artificial intelligence can be, and just the way that like, you could be talking with me right here, but you could be doing something completely different like on the other line, and just how technology blurs reality a little bit. Filters and different things like that. So it's just kind of a song about being down bad, of questioning a relationship, or questioning friendships, and questioning kind of like the reality of
life in general, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So what has been your favorite? I want to kind of switch this question up. It was going to be what's your favorite song that you created so far this year, but I want to I want to switch that to what was your favorite performance you did this year, because you did quite a bit of performing.
Yeah.
Where was your favorite place to perform? I know me and Prizm saw you in Eau Claire, and me and bvnc also saw you. Where was that place called? I forgot. It's in downtown.
The Italian restaurant.
The Italian restaurant. I forget.
Oh,
What is it called? I took a picture of it.
Families were like eating their spaghetti
Yeah.
while I'm like rapping.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what was going on.
Nobody knew.
And then I'm like walking around trying to get like shots.
Yeah, it was a work in progress. Let's say that.
Chow, I think. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Chai?
Chai?
Is it chai or
Chow.
I thought it was
Chow.
like
It's
chow.
like
Chow.
CIAO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The end of the night was great. Jack Greenwood had his whole band, and we did backyard basketball, Supernova, and Filas and stuff. You were there for a little bit of it, yeah. Crowd was hyped for Italian restaurant for sure. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's Chow. It's CIA.
Yeah.
Always what it is. Yeah.
so two. Also, I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna pick two performances because they stick out
There's
in
no
my mind.
cheating around here.
Yeah. The summer, it sounds like summer in Eau Claire just because it's where I live and it's, kind of like my hometown right now. That concert was so fun. It was outside at Phoenix Park and
It was dope. It was beautiful outside.
It was so beautiful outside. Yeah, and so it was like outside, lawn, people are standing, and then I feel like this is rare, but like a lot of kids will, like a lot of the kids will come down and dance and stuff, but we had like everybody up
There's a
dancing,
bunch of people dancing.
like
Once that one guy and then all the kids came down to dance, a bunch of other people
just
came
like
down.
everybody
Yes.
came through. So like that really sticks out in my mind.
You had hella people doing the Bob Ross.
Yeah.
It must be like a world record for most people doing the Bob Ross at one
It's
time.
got to be. Let's call Guinness. Let's pop open a Guinness. Let's call Guinness. But I would have to say, like, the one that sticks out most in my mind is the Star City Pride. It was in Lincoln, Nebraska, and we headlined Star City Pride. It was such a fun show. Like, the crowd was just crazy. And just connected with a lot of beautiful people and saw people being their authentic selves and representing themselves with their flags and their identities and different things like that. So it's just like so beautiful. Plus it's always fun going to a different city, exploring and meeting new people. That's why I love doing music and traveling and stuff.
Hell yeah. In Nebraska, that sounds like a hell of a good time. Just in a trip, because I haven't been to too many states.
Yeah,
Too
okay.
many other
Well, we
states,
gotta get
so-
you out here. We gotta get you out here.
Nebraska sounds like a good time. Now we're gonna go into the social media deep dive.
Ooh,
Social
okay.
media deep dive.
Deep dive.
Bum, bum, bum.
No shallow end around here.
Bum, bum, bum.
So the first thing I saw and wanted to search up was your website, TeawhYB.com. And I was happy to see that it was well put together, and it was like just your music videos and places to find you, like social medias. What made you do that instead of using something like a link tree?
Well, I used to do my website quite differently, and now I kind of keep it more of like a traditional blank slate and just have like videos and content and stuff that I want people to see, and just like my links. I feel like it's a good home base, like obviously like your social media, Facebook and all that stuff, but like if that happens to go down, like where are you going to send people to? Or, just I feel like it's like a home base. It's just kind of where I keep things. Like I have a link for all of, like the press that I've gotten and stuff like that, so I can just go to that and find like a quick link if I need to send it out to somebody.
Okay.
I also felt like
That's a
having a
good
website.
idea.
Yeah, I felt like having a website was good for like just on a professional tip. So having a website and
Big
sending
facts.
it to blogs and having that be kind of the one-stop shop.
Exactly. And I like that. I think that's
Yeah,
a really
website
good
stands
idea.
out more than sending a link tree.
100%. If you say TeawhYB.com, like that's so much more appealing than Linktree/TeawhYB.
Yeah.
Or,
That's
what
Have you
I
ever
mean, what
looked
it is?
up the letters TYB and .com and see where it takes you? Just in case somebody typed it in wrong. Here, I'll see what pulls up.
Like the actual letters?
Yeah,
of
like the letters
TeawhYB?
We're gonna live
All right,
find out
we'll
right
figure it
now.
out. So the next question is, what would you say your favorite social media is, and what's the reason why?
I love Twitter so much. It's so fun.
I hate Twitter.
I love Twitter because I'm part of this. I'm part of a stream team, like a gamer team,
Yep.
and they all
Yep.
use Twitter like pretty hard. So that's how I connect with them. But I would have to say Instagram is probably my favorite. That's kind of what I focus most on
Okay.
in terms of like my brand and like building or just posts. And
I
stuff
got you.
Like that.
Next
yeah.
one we're gonna get into is Twitter.
Twitter.
I'm not a very big fan of Twitter, but I know it's a great tool if used well. And you seem to have a great profile with 3,319 followers, and you've been a member since July 2010.
Yeah.
The question,
OG.
a question I had though is a tag in your bio, and you kind of just you kind of just answered it for us, but it was at GG Limitless,
Yeah.
which is like a multimedia gaming / apparel account.
Yeah.
And you're sponsored by them, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
I'm
part of the team.
You're part of the team.
I'm part of the team.
What got you on the team? What games do you play?
I play 0 games.
Oh, boy. That was not what I was expecting.
Yo, I don't know
Not
why.
even old school RuneScape or like Candy. Exactly. Mobile games, Clash of Clans,
No,
maybe.
Got Farm
no.
Simulator
I'll play
going.
Madden and 2K,
Those are games, yeah.
but I'm not like a gamer like that, you know. I don't
Casual more.
I don't have a Twitch that I like stream and play games and stuff, and that's kind of what it's about. And they do like competitions and stuff,
Yeah.
like Valorant and COD and I don't even know.
So what made you take them as like a sponsor though? I mean, because it's not like really music related. What?
They took me. I don't really know.
Did they just message you and be like, "Hey, we're sponsoring you"?
Yeah. So this is the backstory on this. So at some point this year, I realized that Twitch is like the thing. You know what I mean? Like people going live and stuff like that. So I was like, how can I get involved with this? And my buddy Drake, who's a radio DJ in Minneapolis, he was the first person that like introduced me to it. So I would like jump on his stream and just like chat it up, and I was like, people sit here and watch other people play video games? Like, what is going on
all day?
So I was just like, I was so confused.
You wouldn't even you would not believe.
So it's just not me. Like no hate, at all.
No, yeah, I understand.
So I was like, oh. And then I learned about DMCA and like copyright strikes and stuff like that. So I was like,
it's an unfortunate thing.
So people are actually looking for music to play on their streams and like
100%
stuff like that. So I started just reaching out to people, like cold DMing them and following them and like supporting them and subscribing and doing different stuff. And I just started building up like friends through that. And there was a group called GG Pride that one of my buddies was like 5. He was like, yo, you should join our team. And I'm like, well, bro, I don't game, whatever. He was like, it doesn't matter. You're a content creator, right? So like...
Oh, the multimedia part, how he gets you with that, all right.
So I was like, cool. I mean, and there's no obligations on my end. Like, they're not asking me to do anything. I just support. I jump in chats and I, say what's up. And recently people have been previewing Down Bad on their Twitch. So
nice.
Just kind of connecting that way and supporting their Twitter and, doing what I can. And it's built up quite a following, and that's where I get a lot of my listens from is Twitch streamers. Like if you go to my Spotify, all the playlists are like Twitch stream playlists.
Yep, that's a great way to get listeners.
That's a great idea. We should do that for co-op.
100%.
We should totally try to go check this out.
Ashton uses his for a stream.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I do have an update too on the TeawhYB.com. Just the.
Oh yeah.
It's for sale, so you could buy it.
Ooh, you could buy
redirect it to your original.
Ooh, and then you have an even shorter, easier link for people to put on.
True.
Or you could just have both, so nobody can steal the other one.
It'd be great graphic design. You could do TeawhYB on top and then .com underneath it or something.
I think it would.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's a little square.
Wow, that would be kind of cool to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think I'm gonna put the budget in for that.
Yeah. If I get it on
That's
GoDaddy for like $7.
Yeah, I mean, I think at some point, like if I reach that level,
yeah, I understand.
Then yeah.
You also have a pinned tweet from the time you performed in Nebraska with your DJ West Korea and your homie Miles Boulevard at Star City Pride concert.
Los Homies.
How was that experience as a whole? I know we kind of talked about it already, but is there anything else to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that full rock star treatment. Like they flew us out there. We had to get an extra ticket for West Korea's DJ equipment. So he had the DJ equipment like sitting in a seat.
Oh, he did. I would care about my shit that much too.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
would.
Well, I mean, because otherwise there's no show. So, and you don't want people throwing around that stuff. But they flew us out there. They got us a hotel. We got there on Thursday night and we performed on a Friday and we stayed till Sunday.
Nice.
So. Just kicked it with people and, getting like behind the scenes and we, hung out with the people that brought us there and, they had like parrots and stuff. So we're like talking to their parrots.
They had parrots?
Yeah, like, whatever. And they'd be like,
they talked words.
Polly want a cracker?
Yeah, but they would be like, they would say some crazy, you'd be like, what?
Start singing All Gas, No Brakes or like,
seriously.
They like remember this shit.
Right.
Reprogram their brain.
Because we were in the basement and we heard something and I was like, does they have like a daughter or is like somebody upstairs? No, it was these parrots. So,
Yeah, when you don't know they're there, it's really creepy.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
We're like, are they okay?
Are they-
They're like,
yeah.
oh, those are our parrots. I'm like, okay, cool.
Our parents. Oh, just brush over that one. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now going on to Loom, which for those of you that don't know, it's a social media for artists and fans to reach those artists a little bit easier.
It stands for local underground music.
Local up and coming music.
Up and coming. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
think it's undiscovered.
Undiscovered.
Is it undiscovered?
That's
It could be
what
any
they
one of
You
those
know what?
three.
I think
You
it's,
got-
I think
like
it's
your
live
imagination.
undiscovered.
Live
music.
undiscovered
Yeah.
music. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was formed in Madison, right?
Yeah.
It started
yeah.
in Madison, so it's
Mhm.
like a Wisconsin thing. So it's pretty dope. I definitely was dabbling in it for a while. You have
I had a huge streak.
17.1K fans right now. And just about your whole discography is on there. What are your thoughts about the app or platform? I really enjoyed my time on it. I hopefully can come back sooner or later.
Yeah. Why aren't you on there?
Just so many places to post,
Oh,
man.
I know.
I don't got time for
I
that.
know. I was like, did you get kicked off? Or
No,
what?
I just
He
He
broke
was-
that rule.
Yeah.
way
He was
too
talking
many
shit.
Yeah, I must have been. Fuck.
Using it like Twitter.
So
Yeah.
I was like the 40th person to sign up for Loom.
I think there's a way to like check
Yeah,
it
I
out.
think you
I
found
went,
that.
No, I
Yeah,
went through and I
yeah,
was
yeah.
going through because I was linking everybody on CWHipHop.com,
Yes.
and I noticed everybody had a number on the back there. So I was going through and looking, and I was like, oh, that's when everybody signed up.
That's
you
so
were
dope.
you were within the 100, like
Yeah.
the first 100. Yeah, you were
I don't
right.
remember the specific, but it was something like that.
We'll just go with 40.
Yeah.
And so I got on like during the beta, you know, so just like, and at that stage it was such a it was such
It's stuck on his chain.
Oh,
Oh god, I'm
dang.
so glad we got that on camera.
So it was like
Oh,
it was like a
man.
big family at the time. It was like all their, you know, all the people that started up with the app, and they would like reach out to you personally, and
Mhm.
you know, so it was like we're building, and they, you know, really like helped to build us up too, and build up, you know, had different opportunities and shows and stuff that I was fortunate to be a part of. Now it's so big, I guess.
It's very convoluted.
You know, they got Neo involved, they got
Saturated.
Justina Valentine,
Yeah,
and
facts.
Gabby B, and you know, like a lot of cool big artists. They've done a lot of different things that that are great, and I don't know kind of where it's at right now. Like I haven't resonated with it recently. Not to say that I don't use it, but it's definitely different. So I'm trying to adjust to that at this point.
It's
and
not where
just-
you first
understand that.
started.
yeah,
I
yeah, it's
understand
just
that.
very different. Like they have the Clubhouse thing, and you
Mhm.
know, where you have to, you know, you have like a monthly subscription where people can see your content there, and I think that's, you know, a futuristic idea.
It's like the OnlyFans for musicians.
It's the OnlyFans for musicians. So like, you know, if you're looking for that type of platform, Loom is perfect.
It
you
is
know,
really, it
and-
really is. You literally can get points just by listening to music each day,
Yeah.
and you can
Mhm.
give those points to artists.
Yep, and they
support
get paid for
money.
it.
Yep.
And they get paid for it.
It's a win-win
It
for
is really a
both
win-win.
of you.
Yeah.
And then also last year on Loom, you teamed up with a bunch of other Wisconsin artists to go against other states and areas in the United States
Oh yeah.
in a tournament of votes.
Yeah, I remember
How was
this.
that experience? I know that was put on. That was when Justin Valentine came in.
Yeah.
That was, you know, what there was like not Raycon, but there was
They had some
an
headphones.
an audio thing that was
Soundcore.
Soundcore
That sounds
Audio.
right,
That's
yeah,
what it
yeah,
is. Yes.
yeah.
They had them like sponsoring it and everything. How was that whole experience? I know. I'm pretty sure we lost. We lost in the first round. I
Yeah,
think,
we
which
did.
was
Yeah.
unfortunate.
We
really
had,
tried.
it was only me and Illy and y'all, you know, and then
Yeah.
there was, you know, so
Nobody else really pushed it.
that was a cool one. I mean, it was short-lived for us, but I was a part of a couple different competitions. One of which through Loom got me a ticket, or got me a performance spot at South by Southwest
Okay.
in 2020. Unfortunately, that was canceled,
Oh,
so that
no.
kind of went out the window.
Damn.
But yeah, still an official artist of 2020 for South by Southwest. So we're gonna bank that up. And then
That's a W.
there was
Put it
this.
on the website.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's on there.
Oh, he's ahead of the game.
Yeah, the Green Bay Press Gazette did a whole article about it, just
Nice.
like how everything was canceled and stuff like that. And then I was part of this Sweet 16. It was like a March Madness thing,
Okay.
where it was like song versus song, and Illy Truly, or I Love You Truly, actually, I call him Illy Truly. I don't know, it just works for me. But
Okay.
It's harder
I'm
than
sure
I
he
love
doesn't
you.
care. You know?
he cares, no, but but he beat me in that actually.
Oh.
So
Ooh,
it
little
was
rivalry.
cherry on top. So basically, you submit a song, and then people from like Compound Entertainment, which is Neo's camp, picked the 16 songs that were going to advance, and mine was one of them. So that's how that's kind of one way that I connected with Troy Tyler, but also like connected with them as well.
Mhm.
And I've been talking with them on and off about some things, but yeah, that was a cool competition just because it introduced me to a bunch of different people, and then Yeah, no, they do a lot of cool stuff like that. So
They really do. I'm excited to see where they, how they keep advancing and where they go.
yeah.
So going on to your Instagram now, and you already kind of confirmed this. It's kind of the place that you enjoy posting the most. You have 2.1K followers and 332 posts. You always post some photo shoots, your events, you got quotes, and you got some really nice reels that show off your talent with every genre of music, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
So, what does Instagram do? Does it play like key roles?
I think it's just like a nice stationary spot. I don't know. I guess I use it the most, so it just makes sense for me to like post stuff there. I think at one time it was really the one place to like build up your following and stuff, and I think
100%.
TikTok's kind of taken
Might
over
have
that
taken over.
quite a bit. So I don't know. To me, it's just I feel like most of my friends are on Instagram, and that's what they use. So, or just like a lot of the people that I've connected with. I feel like anytime you go somewhere and you're like, oh, what's your Instagram?
Yeah.
Or it could be like, what's your Snapchat? But I feel like Instagram is probably the bigger one.
If you got Snapchat, you probably have Instagram.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I was gonna say, somebody asked my Snapchat, I'm like, oh, what do you mean?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't really
Instagram's more
talk
like,
to
oh,
people.
It's a little more private.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Big facts. Big
But,
facts.
So I don't know. I just kind of use it. I use every platform like in the same way. They're all just different, and they all have different like styles and formats and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So.
of course. So moving on to Spotify. In your Spotify bio, you put, "I am what I hear." What does this phrase mean to you, and are there any other words of wisdom you live by? It's the only thing in your bio.
I think it's I am what you hear. What you hear.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. If it's not, I need to change it.
Maybe I fucked up.
So I had like a whole bio in there before.
Okay.
Just like describing my sound and stuff like that. And
I fucked up. It is.
No, you're good.
It is,
You're
I
good.
am what you hear.
And I know that people do read it and do check it, and I guess I just haven't thought about it recently. And it was just one day I was like, this is corny. Like, I'm just gonna put I am what you hear and just leave it at that. And so that's why I have it like that right now. Just because like sometimes you go to an artist and like grew up in Eastern Michigan and like their parents raised them on this, and it's just like, okay,
You
like,
just kind of found that less was more.
I don't know. I'm not saying one way is right or wrong, because people probably look at mine as like, wow, that's lazy. But I have my bio like all over the internet, so it's just kind of like I don't know. I just change.
Yeah.
You want to get to know who you are. Listen to what
Exactly.
makes.
Yeah.
That's
Like
what
I don't
I'm
want you to have preconceived notions. Like I don't like. I feel like I want you to listen to me and not think like, oh, he's gay, or like, oh, he's this, or he's white, or I mean, you're probably gonna tell like by looking at a photo, but I just don't want people to judge me off of one thing and then get turned off by the music.
See, I think that's a good idea because you let the music speak for you.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
It'd
you
be
don't
like
even
reading
have
the
to
book
put
and
any-
going to see a
Exactly.
movie. It's like you're kind of getting two different images.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
I also noticed that on your Spotify you appear on quite a few other songs, plethora of different artists. Do you have a favorite feature? Or just like favorite one you've ever worked with, you know what I mean? Favorite person.
I would have to say Walt Trav. We have a song called Habits, and we got a video out with that one, and the video is just super clean. But it was kind of like a way for me to kind of get into that rap trap tip with him, and I just personally feel like I bodied that feature, so so that would probably be my favorite.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. And then moving on to SoundCloud, you've got 235 followers and 35 tracks as of right now. Something interesting I found in your bio, you say, we, as in the world, can't continue entirely the same way as it has before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
We went through it together, like a relationship gone bad. We're going to make it out, but we will have to transform into something we weren't before. So what do you hypothesize it'll transform into?
So yeah, that was my press release for What We Were. Is what that was.
That was, okay.
I don't know where we're going right now. I feel like, like Meta,
Yes.
Yeah.
like the whole Facebook Meta thing.
Mhm.
I feel like
Unfortunately.
we're going to this virtual reality kind of like monetized society. I don't know how I feel about it, but
It's a yikes.
it's the future.
Yeah, without getting too deep into it, do you kind of put like a good or a bad outlook on where we're heading? Like, do you think there's more good than bad, or do you think we're kind of heading down a dark
I like
pros
to be
and cons list?
optimistic. I think it's tough because we look at, I mean, there's constant negativity going on all the time. So social media is very negative. It's very influential on our own self-image and different things like that. The news is always like, somebody got shot and the police killed this person and this and that. There's an earthquake going on. And then you got global warming or like, you know, temperature changes and weather and the fears of that. And you have the fears of like overpopulation and food and, you know, just like all these things that we're bombarded with on a daily basis on top of the local like work priorities and career priorities that we have in families and relationships. And I just feel like personally it takes a lot to just wake up every day. You know, I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for like getting up every day and showing up and doing our job and, you know, just trying to make the best of it and influencing people in a positive way.
Facts.
So I think, like, I don't want to say it's like a grim outlook. I think we're probably not going to see the effects of it necessarily in our lifetime. But I do worry about that kind of stuff for sure. Like nieces and nephews.
Kinda have to.
Yeah. Like raising a child right now would be crazy.
Yeah, something that crosses my mind too with that.
Yeah.
So kind of without looking at.
Why, you got a kid on the way?
No, but that's
Oh God! Oh, we're getting another CWHipHop exclusive.
Oh,
Christ. Jesus.
No, but
Don't scare us.
without looking at everybody, where can we expect TeawhYB to be in the future? Like, what are some things you have coming that you want to do, short-term goals, maybe even long-term?
Yeah, well, I have 3 albums coming out for 2022. So one is the collaboration album with Jack Greenwood. Collaboration
A whole album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's 7 or 8 songs. So a lot of what you've
Alright.
heard already, but we have a lot of like unreleased stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna release a project. And it's kind of a singles market, so like release the singles. It's not like everybody hears all the singles. So when you release the album, you know, hopefully people are familiar with it, but then they discover new stuff. Is kind of the plan.
Yep.
Miles Boulevard and I have a collab album.
Nice.
And it's more of like TY rapping kind of thing.
He's your roommate, right?
Yeah. So he's my best friend.
Yep.
So, you know, and then I have a solo project coming out that I'm very
Do we have a title?
I don't have a title yet. I'm still putting together the songs. I have one. It's called Love, and it's been done for a while, and it's everybody that's heard it is like, this is your best track. And then I have a couple other ones that are in the works, and I'm just so excited.
All right.
So if you could work with one artist for free of charge, what artist would you want to pick?
Any artist.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of sound do you think you guys would do
Good.
together?
Yummy Yummy? Would you guys do a Yummy Yummy song? Like that kind of?
I think it would be kind of like a Peaches.
Okay.
Peaches kind of vibe.
Okay. All right. I can see
I've
that.
covered a couple Justin Bieber songs, and I'm not necessarily
seen those
on
on
his
your
level, but I feel like that's kind of where I base my sound off of. It's kind of that a little bit on some songs anyway.
Nice.
Do you want to do the last two then?
Since you love to perform, what is your dream venue to perform at? You can perform at any venue you want to.
Any venue, I would say probably like Lollapalooza.
Oh.
Or like something like
that.
Yeah, like a major festival is kind of the next on my bucket list. You know, getting something
That sounds
like
pretty badass. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on like multiple stages and shit too. That'd be so cool. That'd be so
or
cool.
like Bonnaroo in Tennessee, or you know, just any of those.
Yeah, I understand that. So other than your new song Down Bad, which comes out this coming Tuesday, December 7th, what else do you have in the works? What's your next move? I know you already talked about the 3 albums. Do you have anything else in the works?
More than 3 albums?
I don't know, maybe you're a busy guy. No, if that's the answer, then that's the answer.
Are you closing out the year with Down Bad? Or do you have anything else?
I don't know, because I might do the Cabin remix.
Okay.
In December, yeah. I have another song called
Christmas present.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I might do Down Bad and then just wait till 2022 to keep releasing. But yeah, my plan is to push it pretty hard in 2022. So.
Down Bad? Or Cabin remix?
All of it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
He's got
Fuck
3
yeah.
projects coming.
I guess I want to get the boom, 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 and just keep it
Make sure you're sending us some new shit when you get it, man.
Oh, I will. Oh, you'll be hearing from me.
Oh, I fucking better be. So So here at the end of the show, it's dope having you here, and what would you rate the show? 1 out of 10, if you had to rate it, and would you recommend other artists get interviewed here?
I would rate it 10 out of 10.
Okay.
And this is why.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna tell you why. The vibes is immaculate. I came up in here. It's just like we know each other. You know, it's super cool. It's a family vibe. Very thoughtful questions. You had me thinking about like 2018. Like, oh yeah, I guess I did have that song. You know what I mean? And, like,
he does good.
so I was caught off guard quite a bit. You ever see Nardwar?
Yeah.
Interviewer.
Yes.
He pulls out like, yeah, your sister's baby mama's cousin. You know, and just like, whoa. But yeah, I mean, I love Al, so I gotta give you a 10 out of 10.
Fuck yeah. We're definitely gonna hopefully have you back at some point.
Yes.
Well, I'm coming back.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. I mean, even if you want to just record, we're down.
Dude.
So this is where you can go ahead. You have the mic, open mic, talk as long as you want. You can promote anything you want. You can talk about anything you want. You can give shout outs to people or just ask any of us questions, however you want to.
Yeah, kind of got the floor.
Whatever you want to do, you got the floor.
So you sure you don't have a baby mama? No, I'm kidding. I don't know what to say. I just really appreciate the platform that you have. I feel like Wisconsin is overdue for a solid, like hip hop platform, and I think you're really building something here, and I'm just really proud of what you guys are doing. I appreciate everybody that's actually listening to this right now. I know how difficult it is to like convert somebody that's a passive viewer and somebody who hits like and stuff like that to actually get them to view the content. So if you're listening to this right now, I just want to say I appreciate you.
We all appreciate you.
We love you.
We do, yes.
But other than that, yeah, it's TeawhYB all day. Through every action, who has your back? I hope it's a motto that you take into your life because it's something that's resonated with me and I think it's helped a lot of people too. But check me out: Spotify, Instagram, Snapchat. Apple Music, literally everywhere. TeawhYB, TeawhYB. Say what's up, I say what's up back.
If you want to find a quick link, we do have it on CWHipHop.com/artist. It's all in alphabetical order. Got links to his, I believe, Instagram, Facebook there. I don't know if we have any
And
other.
the songs go to Spotify.
Songs go right to Spotify there, so you can go check that out. But yeah, appreciate you coming in. We do appreciate you making the drive. Finally got you.
Got it. Finally got it. God damn. Been waiting so long.
Go give him a follow on all social medias there. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram at CWHipHop. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, bvnc95. Garke, where can the listener find you at?
You guys can find me on Instagram at GarkeGains, GarkeGainz, and pretty much any other platform at just Garke. TeawhYB, where can the listener find you?
Oh my gosh, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal.
I guess he did just say this.
Shazam.
Everywhere.
Literally Pandora, like literally everywhere.
If it makes sound, you can find TeawhYB at it.
Exactly.
Prizm, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at prizmrap, PRIZMRAP. Thank you for coming. I mean, that was
a great show.
That was a great show.
Honestly,
yes.
Fucking fantastic. Again, phenomenal vibes.
Fantastical.
Like he said. Yes.